In progress.
All right, so the course started at 5:30, right? So we'll run until 7, take a 10-minute break, and then we'll do the second half, okay? And just work through this problem and see, and you guys follow along. So I'm going to share the screen. I click share. So the first thing you will need is anaconda. Now, I know some of you are already experts on this, but for those of you that are new in the course, I have to go over it. So what is anaconda? You can go here, right? This link, click on that. And then it should be, I think, free download, right? Free download. And please, if I'm going too fast, or I'm recording it for your benefit, but if I'm going too fast, just raise your hand, stop me. Okay, so free download. Then you skip registration, right? And then install for your operating system. So if you have Windows, Mac, or Linux, right? Any questions? So go ahead and do that, set it up. So I'll give you a little bit of time for that, but it should be fast, right? And then once you've set up Anaconda, then we can start using it basic. Okay, so I'm going to close this. So assuming you've installed it, you would go here, click on Start, All, Anaconda 3, Anaconda Prompt, and that's it. All right, so you will have in this prompt this indicator that says Anaconda base. That's the environment that it comes with. We probably want to create our own environment for the course. Okay, so I'm going to show you the commands for that. We also want to navigate to somewhere in the file system where we want to store our file. So I'm going to do ls-l. Oh, sorry, it's Linux. dir, because this is Windows. I'm going to navigate to the desktop. cd desktop, dir. And I'm going to go in, so I'm going to create a folder here. So or actually, let's create that the Windows way. Just the GUI. So I'm going to create a folder here. Going to call it ITS 530 2025 spring. Do you guys see that? So that's basically the approach. All right. Some videos from other classes. All right, so now in the prompt, let's go in and go into that folder, ITS 530, 2025. Oh, 530. Spring. All right, so you can go there. Everyone with me so far? Yeah? All right, so we've created the folder. Now, Anaconda, we want to create an environment for this. So what you do is, since I've already installed it, you're going to do conda environment list. And this is going to give you a list of all the environments that you've created in your computer. If it's just the first time you've installed Anaconda, you won't see anything except base maybe, right? So we're going to need to install an Anaconda environment with Python. It probably needs an advanced version of Python, given that this is a pretty state-of-the-art thing. I mean, this is literally something that's being invented right now, AI agents, right? So let's go ahead and find the notebook that I provided, which is under Agents AI. So again, if you want to find the Jupyter we're going to work on today is located in, go to Repos, Transfer Learning, just the same link I provided on Brightspace. Go to Avant-Garde here, and right here, see Agents AI, and that's where everything should be. All the code is provided there, so it's really just about getting it to work. Questions? No? All right. So in another session, we'll discuss small agents from Hugging Face and how to do AI agents with that. But in today's session, I decided to go with Crew AI. Crew AI is, you can look them up, it's like a website. You can actually do no-code AI, which if you've ever heard of that, is basically where you just, it's like a GUI interface and you drag and drop things instead of coding them. But you're using the same thing in the background. So it's a very popular company. So, but I'm gonna just do Crew AI here, and this is the script that we want to try. So as you can see, I have made a note that we need to use Python 3.10 or greater. So that's what I tested this with. So I'm going to do 3.10. So I'm going to go to my terminal here, and I need to create that environment. So I'm going to do conda create conda create dash name Py 310, which that's the version of Python I'm going to do. And I'm going to say some name like Agents AI, maybe. Agents AI. And then I'm going to say that the version of Python is 3.10. Does that make sense for everyone, guys? Any questions? All right, not hearing any questions, so go ahead and hit enter. All right, so it says yes, right? So you just click yes. You're going to install all these libraries. We're basically creating a fresh install of an environment for this specific task. There it goes. Did it finish? Okay, so it finished. So now what we're going to do is go into the environment. So conda activate Py 310 agents AI. All right, so this allows us to install Python 3.10 specific libraries that will work for Crew AI. When we move to transformers from Hugging Face, we may need to create another environment for that. When we move to Fast AI, another environment. When we move to replicate, another environment. But it's easy to do it this way, and there won't be any clashes between the dependencies. All right, so now I'm here. Usually, I think for this one, I'll just install Torch and then Jupyter, and then we'll do everything else on the Jupyter notebook, okay, which will be our environment. So I'm going to, so just to double check, I am in the folder. There's nothing here. I'm in the environment. So now I'm going to do pip install Torch. Although we won't be coding in Torch, really. This example actually we're just going to be using Crew AI, basically, the library to create this idea of agents, which I still haven't defined, and I'll do that in a second. All right, so this is processing. Any questions while it's doing this? Nope. All right, yeah, good. Huh? To what? Oh, up? Yeah. Which part? Hmm? From the start. I did. Oh, I did this. So I started with Conda environment list. Questions? Everyone with me? Yes? All right. So it is installing things. So it's still doing that. It's installing pip install torch. So we're just trying to set up our environment. Now, the one nice thing about this, we don't have to do this every week, right? So we just do this once. Um, and you'll practice this on your own also. But it is loading. Questions, guys? Let's give it a minute here. All right, it finished. I don't, it says successfully installed. So you want to check and make sure you don't see any errors or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to do here CLS, dir. And then the next thing I'm going to install is Jupyter. So I'm going to do pip install Jupyter. Okay. And also give that a minute. And this is the environment. So it's our editor, basically. Okay. So hopefully everyone is following along. I think what we're going to do is we're going to finish setting up Jupyter Notebook, try it out a little bit. That'll take us to 6:50. We'll take the 10-minute break then. And then we'll start the crew AI and AI agents sequence and go from there. Make sense? So let's just wait. Like I said, even when you use the GPU, you're going to be using probably a Jupyter notebook. So this will be our main approach this semester. All right, there it is. So that creates the that hopefully we have Jupyter Notebook now. Remember, you need to be in your specific folder that you created, such as the one on the desktop where all your code examples are going to live. And then we just type Jupyter Notebook. And it's starting up. And there we go. So this is our script. So let's try it out. So here I'm going to create a new Jupyter, Python 3. Remember, this would be using Python 3.10. So I'm going to go here. This is the environment. If we want to add more cells, you can just click on the plus sign. See, it adds more cells. We want to rename this. So I'm going to call it, since we're doing AI agents, and then crew AI, just to kind of give us an example of what we're doing today, right? So this is our approach. Okay, and that's essentially it. So let's make sure everything is working. So I installed Torch. So I'm going to do import Torch and import NumPy just to test it out. Okay. Give it a minute. All right, so it gave us an error. It's saying that it can't find NumPy, so we're going to add that in. You have to put an exclamation, pip install NumPy. Torch it did find. So that's good. So hit run. And this is essentially how you're going to install libraries for your environment whenever you're solving a problem. Okay? So things that you should know, you look at this little star here, you can see that it's processing. You look at this button here, you see it's solid dark. That means it's processing as well. And it says successfully installed. So I assume everything worked. Now I'm going to run this again on that. And you can see I get no errors. This is no longer solid dark, so it means we're good to go. Does that make sense, guys? Did everyone set up their environment? All right, awesome. Yes, do you have a question, sir? Yeah, you can. There's several ways of doing it. I have my habits, but if you want to play with it, certainly, and figure it out, I just like to do things. But thanks. All right, everyone with me? Yes, sir.
Is it okay if I go into some online platform?
Like what? Like collab? If you want, I mean, yeah, there's no reason why you, huh? Instead of setting it up locally, it should be fine. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I can't support it. Like, you're on your own. But yeah, otherwise that's fine. All right, so yeah, so we started at 6:30, so 6:30 to 7, but this is a good stopping point since we set up the environment. So let's take our 10-minute break now from 6:53 to 7:03, and then we'll start with the second half of today. We have our environment set up. I just want to illustrate one use case, which is going to be AI agents, and that kind of, I'm hoping that will be the theme. this semester, actually, because we'll be doing some pretty cutting edge stuff. If we do that, and hopefully we can, get a feel for how it works, and given that it uses the models anyway, transfer learning, we should be doing good. All right, so let me, so I'll end this here.